If I hear one more person talking about the Airbnb bust, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I truly believe that if you're good at this game, there will be no bust for you. It's all about your product. This is like the real estate market. You have to be flexible. You have to know what you're doing. You have to look at your comps. So of course, the strategy you were using last year, probably not going to be the same strategy that you're using this year. And the people who are stuck in that mentality, they're the ones that their Airbnb is probably going downhill and they're not getting as many bookings. As a girl who runs about 40 Airbnbs in LA, let me show you what we're doing to really prevent that Airbnb bust. Welcome back to MBX Homes YouTube. Today, we're gonna talk about the Airbnb bust and how to ultimately prevent it. Last year, we all know rates were just wild. Everyone had amazing occupancy, but let's be realistic, that's probably not happening this year, even if you're in a market that has awesome occupancy like Los Angeles, like Atlanta, and Houston. So the first one is kind of a no-brainer. You have to play with your rates. Rate setting is key. Rates are not what they were last year, so it's kind of obvious that that is something you have to play with. Even if it's like the slightest move from like $1 to $5, I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It's psychology, guys. We love the 99-cent store, but we hate the dollar store. Duh, it's the same thing. So when you're setting your rates, make sure you're using 98s, 99s, 59s. People love seeing those type of numbers because they're getting a discount. But in reality, it's just like a $1 or $2 difference for you. I'm almost positive that 90% of Airbnbs made more money last year, but it doesn't mean you're not making no money this year. You're still making great money. It's just a matter of you flexing those rates slightly under. We're looking around about like a 10% to 15% decrease from last year. It's not a huge difference. It can add up, but it's better to give those discounts now than not getting booked at all. Cleaning fees. I know a little while back, a lot of people who are in the Airbnb space were talking about removing cleaning fees. And honestly, I tried the strategy and it worked.
I am shocked.
We removed the cleaning fee and we upped the nightly rate. And guys, I was kind of shocked. I did put no cleaning fee in both the description and the title. And it really did catch like the consumer eye because the consumer ultimately thought they were getting a discount. The Airbnb was on sale. And sure, our cleaners were still getting paid. We were still making money and we were occupied. So it was kind of a win-win situation. Now, I'm not saying to never have a cleaning fee. I am saying to use your cleaning fee as a negotiation tactic because as long as your cleaner is getting paid, that's okay. The days of tripling that cleaning fee is kind of over. Another great way to make sure you're getting booked is to really flex that minimum night stay. I personally, for big homes, have a 3-night minimum stay, and I have that the whole year. However, if we're not getting booked 2 weeks out, I'm gonna drop that minimum night stay to 2 nights so I can at least get a Thursday, Friday, or a Friday, Saturday in my unit and make some money that weekend. Also, I'm kind of a stickler on one-nighters. However, I am kind of going against my own policy because we've been doing some one-night stays. Usually from like Sunday to Thursday, I've been doing some one-night stays, and guys, those one-night stays in between the weekends is really helping my monthly revenue and my occupancy rates. And it's so important that you just pay attention to like what's going on in your city. Because yes, we don't want a lot of one-night stays. However, if there's an awesome concert or an NBA playoff game and it's on a Tuesday night, you better believe that people are maybe traveling for that one night and just need a crash pad. And that's what your place is for. So really pay attention to what's happening in your own backyard, in your area, and really flex that minimum night stay according to what's happening in the city. It's super annoying when Airbnb guests or potential Airbnb guests ask for a discount. Like, what makes you think that my home's on sale? It's not. However, lately I've been kind of playing around with the discounted prices. I'm not really advertising a discount right off the bat on the Airbnb platform, but if somebody reaches out to me and they want to stay for 5 nights, 6 nights, 7 nights, and they ask if that's the best price, I'll say, hey, we'd love to host you, and I'll offer you a 10% off your total. And 10% in reality is not that much, but the consumer is going to feel so good that they got a discount, and you're getting 5 nights booked. Like, your competitor is not getting those 5 nights, so take the 10% discount and put your ego aside. So now that we know it's so important to really dedicate 1 to 2 days a week and really just go over your prices and your minimum night stay and really just research on what's going on in the city, that for sure is going to help you increase your occupancy and hopefully still bring in that cash flow. But there's some other things that you could do that may require some extra work on your end as an operator, but it will drive up those bookings. The first one is, it's an obvious to me, but not to some, to take awesome exterior photos and have twilight photos. Show what the house looks like at night during sunset hour. If you have an awesome backyard, make sure your bistro lights and your exterior lights are on and really capture that moment. Because those photos, let me tell you, there are not that many listings on Airbnb with twilight exterior photos. And if you have that as your money shot or your cover photo, then that is 100% gonna make you stand out. And that's clickbait. So even if like the person's not gonna stay at that place, they're still clicking on your listing and it's gonna get you up on that algorithm. If your listing does have an outdoor space, play it up and do it right, guys. Honestly, an outdoor space, at least here in LA, it's not really that common. Get some awesome patio furniture, get some bistro lights, giant Jenga. I know pickleball courts are like in right now. I mean, we have seen it all, giant chess. There are so many things that you could put in your outdoor space that it's gonna make you stand out on the listing and people are gonna talk about them in the review. They're gonna say, my family had an awesome time playing all the outdoor games. We loved using the barbecue outside. We loved having cocktail hour outside. So seriously, give your guests something that they don't have in their everyday home. And lastly, this is something that you could definitely do and that we do in a lot of our listings, and it's simply just going above and beyond for your guests. This is necessarily not going to be like on your listing description, but it is going to translate into really great reviews, and having super great reviews is going to help that occupancy go up eventually. You could also add some bubbles, some Martinelli, some sparkling wine for your guests. Also, pro tip, never get red wine because we don't want any stains. So always get either white wine or bubbles, and don't go cheap. Please don't go cheap. Don't go to 7-Eleven and buy like Andre $8 sparkling Prosecco.
Do not do that.
Go the extra mile. Go to Costco. Go to Bevmo, Total Wine. Buy the $30, $40 Louis Roeder. Like, it is okay to spend some money because ultimately we want high-paying guests in the house and we want to create a memorable stay where they could possibly turn into repeat guests, or they could just simply rave about the property and they're gonna bring you guests and say, hey, my cousin stayed here and we really want to stay here. They had such a great time. We seriously love giving away flowers, and delivering flowers is a bit tricky because you do have to have like the labor to set up a really beautiful flower arrangement. But if you have an awesome cleaner or an inspector or someone on your team that could drive to the property and set up a vase with a beautiful arrange of flowers, guys, this is a game changer. Let me tell you, we have done flowers for anniversaries. Unfortunately, people have booked their places for a funeral. We've given them flowers. People love receiving flowers. It's awesome. And side note, please be super cautious of what type of flowers. Lilies personally make me itch. Like, I hate lilies. I hate lavender. Like, I'm allergic. So just get something that's a little bit more like neutral. You can never go wrong with roses. You can never go wrong with sunflowers. So really just getting some beautiful flowers, especially for your repeat guests, is such a thoughtful touch. Lastly, depending on your demographic, you really want to play it up. If you have a house and you know it attracts the families, the big families, kids, get the kids silverware, the plateware, get some sippy cups, get a booster chair, a hike chair, a pack and play, a travel crib. Even if you want to upcharge these items, go for it. Parents will pay because they want the convenience of having everything in the home, and they ultimately want a comfortable stay. Happy kids equals happy parents. Your Airbnb is not the same Airbnb that it was last year. As an operator, you kind of need to recognize the patterns, the market, who your demographic is, and really kind of just put those gears into place, because once those gears are into place, you're automatically going to drive up your occupancy rate. You're going to generate amazing cash flow, and you're going to know your demographic, and you're really going to cater to them. So that's who you're going to attract. And guys, just honestly, my last piece of advice is make sure you research the Airbnbs in your surrounding area. You want to make sure you stand out. You want to make sure you have the best top-notch amenities, whether that be in a pool, a hot tub, an EV charger. Like, just make sure you have something your neighbor doesn't have. At the end of the day, we have to be competitive because we want to make sure that people are actually booking with you and not with your competitor. So research is totally key. Make sure you run your comps. I would suggest to run your comps like every quarter or even twice a year just to stay relevant. And always, always make sure that your best product is being presented, because you never know who's going to stay in your Airbnb and you never know who they know and who your repeat customers may be. Good luck, guys. If you want more helpful tips like this, make sure you like and subscribe on the link below, and we hope to see you next time.